There are nearly 13 million acres of forest in Oklahoma.
Beneath the golden prairies and rugged mesas of Oklahoma, a world of ancient secrets and geological marvels lies hidden, waiting to be unveiled, stretching from the deep roots of lost civilizations to the ongoing dance of ancient tectonic plates. Oklahoma is a land where the past and present collide in ways both beautiful and awe-inspiring. With wind-swept grasslands and dramatic skies, this is a place where the bedrock of the continent tells stories of fire, flood, and life's relentless struggle. In 2025, a surge of scientific discoveries has cast Oklahoma into the global spotlight, challenging long-held beliefs and conjuring mysteries that test our very understanding of nature itself. Why are Oklahoma's forests pulsing with inexplicable vigor? What ancient bones sleep beneath its red soils? And could the hidden forces beneath its landscape reshape the very ground on which we stand? Today, we'll journey through 20 of the most astonishing discoveries revealed this year, spanning the realms of geology, archaeology, paleontology, biology, and more. Fasten your seatbelt, because Oklahoma's greatest secrets may be more wondrous and enigmatic than you ever imagined. Have you ever wondered what mysteries might lurk just beneath your feet? A geological cataclysm, Oklahoma's lava flood. Long before prairies and bison, before thunderheads swept the plains, Oklahoma bore witness to devastation not of water, but of fire. The ancient geological record reveals a primordial event when the earth quite literally ripped apart and a flood of molten lava surged across the landscape. Geologists have uncovered vast basaltic deposits in the state's substrata, evidence that in the distant geological past, Oklahoma was transformed by volcanic activity. These ancient lava beds speak to a time when tectonic forces opened cracks in Earth's crust, allowing magma to pour forth. The scars of this event are still visible today in the dark, glassy outcrops scattered through meadows and hills. Fossilized remains fused within the rock tell of life forms that experienced abrupt destruction, silent witnesses to the immense power that shaped Oklahoma's early geological identity. These layers, preserved for eons, present an open invitation to modern scientists to decipher the era when fire commanded the land. The Oklahoma Forest Pulse, an ecological mystery. Deep within Oklahoma's wooded regions, scientists have recorded a baffling phenomenon, dubbed the Oklahoma Forest Pulse. This anomaly is marked by a synchronized wave of activity observed in sap flow, nutrient transport, and even subtle movement within tree canopies, appearing in a pattern that cannot yet be explained by known environmental responses. Botanists using sensors and imaging drones have documented periods when groves of trees appear to sway or shift in unison, independent of known weather triggers. The cause of the forest pulse is still unknown. Researchers speculate it could involve intricate underground fungal networks, undetected environmental cycles, or complex interactions between trees and local fauna. Some teams have noted unusual patterns among animal herds, with groups of wildlife moving in apparent synchronization with these biotic pulses. There is also tentative speculation about links to subsurface electromagnetic or seismic activity, but no conclusive explanation as yet. One fact remains certain: the Oklahoma Forest Pulse is a newly observed and unique phenomenon, and its true cause is a mystery scientists hope to unravel in coming years. Lost civilizations. Northwestern Oklahoma's archaeological enigma. Oklahoma's ancient human history continues to surprise. Centuries before European contact, it was home to vibrant and mysterious societies. Recent excavations, especially those led by Dr. Leland Bement and his team, have revealed artifacts, including ceramics, spear points, and remnants of structures indicative of complex cultures with far-reaching trade networks. In northwestern Oklahoma, discoveries of house foundations aligned to celestial events suggest sophisticated astronomical awareness. Artifacts point to connections and exchanges with distant peoples and hint at migration routes now obscured by time. Each unearthed object, be it pottery or pigment, adds to the story of indigenous cultures whose legacy, though largely hidden beneath grass and soil, invites fresh inquiry with every archaeological campaign. The baffling bones, Deltadromeus agilis, unexpected home. In a stunning paleontological find, researchers have unearthed a partial postcranial skeleton attributed to the theropod dinosaur Deltadromeus agilis in Oklahoma's Cretaceous deposits. This fleet-footed predator, previously known from other continents, has never before been found in North America. The discovery has galvanized scientific debate about prehistoric migration pathways and ancient connections between land masses, as the presence of Deltadromeus agilis, so far from its previously known range, raises new questions about dinosaur dispersal and the ancient global environment. Each bone, light, hollow, and built for speed, adds a chapter to Oklahoma's deep time history, suggesting connectivity between continents, whether by land bridges or changing sea levels. The details are still being analyzed, but this find is already regarded as momentous, its significance growing as new fossil material may emerge in the region. Seismic surprises, earthquakes, and the pulse of the plains. While tornadoes are iconic in Oklahoma, a quieter but potent force has stirred attention: earthquakes. Over the past decade, Oklahoma has experienced an increase in seismic events. Statewide monitoring networks track tremors continually, revealing faults previously unmapped. The origins are multifaceted. Some quakes relate to ancient geologic stresses, while others are associated with modern human activity. Notably, certain sequences of minor earthquakes have been observed to coincide with periods of environmental anomalies such as the forest pulse, though researchers caution that these connections require more evidence. Oklahoma's seismicity continues to be a subject of scientific scrutiny, a reminder of ongoing geophysical processes in a land shaped by deep time. River of Shadows, unseen currents in Oklahoma's waterways. Oklahoma's rivers, including the Red in Arkansas, are soul and spine to the land, their courses sculpted by eons of change. Recent research utilizing sonar and sediment cores has uncovered paleochannels, ancient buried riverbeds hidden beneath today's surface. These relic channels reveal shifting river courses over millennia and their impact on the development of ecosystems and human settlement. Within their sediments, scientists have found blackened wood, fossilized fish, and ancient tools, underscoring the river's roles in both prehistoric life and migration. In addition, some researchers have charted unexplained periodic alterations in river flow, inviting new hypotheses about the state's underground hydrology and the possibility of influence from deeper geological forces. Thus, Oklahoma's rivers, both seen and unseen, continue to shape environmental and archaeological understanding. Shape-shifting lakes, the lake phenomenon. Oklahoma's lakes, many formed by natural processes and human intervention, display unexpected variability. Recent advancements in satellite monitoring and historical cartography have revealed that some natural lakes exhibit subtle but measurable changes in shoreline, depth, and color across seasons and decades, shifts that cannot be attributed solely to rainfall or evaporation. Emerging hypotheses suggest that ongoing, slow geological processes, possibly remnants of ancient tectonic activity, are influencing these patterns. The region's volcanic substrata might play a role in altering groundwater dynamics, affecting lake appearance and chemistry. As ongoing studies attempt to unravel these patterns, Oklahoma's morphing waters serve as a reminder of the state's complex underground geology and the intertwined nature of Earth and ecosystem. Volcanic Ghosts, Oklahoma's subterranean fire. Volcanic activity is not typically associated with modern Oklahoma, but geological evidence tells a richer story. Deep beneath the surface, cores and outcrops reveal basaltic flows and mineral deposits indicative of volcanism dating back hundreds of millions of years. While there are no active volcanoes in Oklahoma today, the region was shaped by volcanoes and fissures during the Paleozoic and earlier eras. The resulting rock layers, sometimes containing mineralized zones with residual warmth, are the silent records of a fiery past. Geothermal anomalies have occasionally been recorded, but there is no evidence of contemporary volcanic hazard. Instead, the ancient volcanic legacy persists in altered soils, occasional heat gradients, and the composition of rocks that underpin Oklahoma's diverse habitats. Plantalogical puzzles, hotspots of evolutionary strangeness. Among Oklahoma's grasslands and sheltering forests, botanists have cataloged areas of unusual plant diversity. In 2025, new fieldwork identified microhabitats supporting rare and highly adapted species, many thriving under difficult climatic conditions. Some unique root systems trace their success to deep mineral-rich soils left by past volcanic activity, while others boast extreme drought hardiness or resistance to mineral toxicity. Plantalogical studies of lakebed sediments have revealed historic shifts in floral composition tied to climate and volcanic events. These evolutionary hotbeds fit into the broader story of Oklahoma as both refuge and crucible for unusual biodiversity, helping scientists unravel strategies that may prove vital for future environmental resilience. The living archive, fossils, and the record of deep time. Oklahoma's geological layers are a grand archive of life through the ages. In riverbanks and upland exposures, fossil beds yield a panorama of prehistoric species, from metasequoia, dawn redwoods, to three-toed horses and oreodonts. The fossil record, enriched by detailed radiometric and isotope studies, points to dramatic environmental transformations. Expanses of lush forest replaced by open plains, then again by forests and wetlands, as climates oscillated over millions of years. Recent advances in paleontology, such as 3D scanning and refined dating, allow scientists to reconstruct extinct ecosystems in increasing detail. These discoveries make Oklahoma not merely a crossroads, but a window into deep evolutionary processes, adaptation, and extinction. Ancient floods and prehistoric climate change. The Ash Chronicle. Many of Oklahoma's fossil-rich beds are capped or interlayered with thin layers of volcanic ash, evidence of distant eruptions and the transformative power of airborne volcanic dust. Ancient soils, paleosols, beneath these ash bands add to the story, capturing cycles of rainforest, savanna, and emerging prairie that alternated as the earth warmed and cooled. The ash preserves microscopic pollen and delicate organic remains, allowing researchers to reconstruct abrupt climate changes and trace the resilience and adaptation of ancient Oklahoma biotas. These stories of sudden catastrophe and recovery echo through today's concerns about climate instability, offering lessons written in layers of fine volcanic powder. Archaeological surprises, tools, textiles, and tradeways. Excavations in northwestern Oklahoma have continued to yield artifacts that deepen our understanding of prehistoric life. Among the surprises are finely worked obsidian blades, clearly imported from volcanic regions far away, and remnants of woven materials suggestive of complex domestic life. Analysis with modern methods has pushed the timeline for organized trade and craft in the region back thousands of years, confirming that native inhabitants maintained extensive networks across the landscape. Finds such as ceremonial pigments and beads highlight the cultural complexity and creativity of early Oklahomans, weaving a picture of societies well adapted to shifting environments and invested in spiritual as well as material pursuits. Unseen animals, microbial marvels emerge. Expeditions into Oklahoma's diverse habitats have uncovered an abundance of hitherto unknown microbial life. Genetic surveys of volcanic soils, stream beds, and isolated ponds have revealed hundreds of new microbial species. Many adapted to environments rich in minerals or subject to temperature extremes. Some microbes appear uniquely specialized for survival in conditions shaped by ancient geologic events, such as lava floods or volcanic ash deposition. Ongoing study hints that these tiny, resilient organisms may play crucial roles in soil health, nutrient cycling, and even the mysterious forest pulse. Their presence expands not just Oklahoma's tree of life, but our understanding of life's capacity to adapt to ever-changing worlds. Thunder of Hooves, new mammalian fossils. Paleontologists working along riverbanks and eroded hillsides have unearthed notable new mammalian fossils this year. Among the finds are skull fragments from ancestral tapirs, robust limb bones of prehistoric rhinos, and partial skeletons of three-toed horses, all entombed in ash-rich sediments. These discoveries confirm that Oklahoma acted as a migratory corridor for large mammals during past periods of climate upheaval. The mix of wetland and prairie species maps out ancient shifts in rainfall and vegetation, highlighting Oklahoma's role as a region of both environmental challenge and opportunity for evolving mammals. Each fossil provides fresh insight into adaptation during times of environmental oscillation. Hydrogeological mysteries, vanishing springs. Oklahoma's hidden springs have long inspired both scientific inquiry and local legends. Recent hydrogeological studies have mapped ghost springs, temporary water sources that emerge and vanish in response to fluctuations in the water table or subterranean changes. Some of these springs have appeared after heavy rainfalls or seismic events, then dried abruptly, suggesting a sensitive relationship between groundwater pathways and the fractured bedrock. Water from these springs often carries unique chemical and isotopic signatures, further pointing to their origin from deep, sometimes unexplored aquifers. The phenomenon remains a stimulus for ongoing research and community curiosity alike. Ashfall, revisited, preserved ecosystems, and ancient death. Layers of volcanic ash scattered across Oklahoma enshrine moments of mass mortality and stunning preservation. Within these ashen beds, fossilized plants, insects, and vertebrates are often preserved in extraordinary detail, sometimes capturing entire assemblages frozen at the instant of catastrophe. Paleontologists studying these ash layers have reconstructed vanished environments in which palm-like leaves, delicate insects, and the bones of ancient mammals interplay in silent testament to Oklahoma's dramatic prehistory. These beds serve as time capsules, their fine matrix of ash a boon to scientists and a reminder of nature's capacity to turn disaster into legacy. Tremors of the future, monitoring Oklahoma's fault lines. With the rise in measurable seismicity, increased attention has focused on Oklahoma's subterranean fault networks. A web of seismic sensors has been deployed to detect not just major quakes, but microseismic events far below ground. Patterns in these minor tremors are analyzed in hopes of forecasting larger seismic activity. Though the science remains young, preliminary data show some clustering in time and space, possibly related to water movement or deep geochemical reactions. Some researchers are exploring possible indirect connections between seismic events and surface phenomena like the forest pulse, though such hypotheses remain open to rigorous evaluation. Engines of survival, the genetics of Oklahoma's resilient wildlife. Biologists studying Oklahoma's fauna have identified genetic adaptations among local wildlife that point to a legacy of survival through fire, drought, and flood. From gene variants in deer and rodents that support tolerance to hot, dry years, to traits in birds that aid migration timing. These adaptations are genetic footprints of centuries spent weathering environmental challenges echoed in Oklahoma's geological record. Understanding these genetic strategies not only illuminates the history of wildlife survival, but also informs modern conservation plans as climate changes continue to pose new threats to native species. Rivers run red, unexplained color, changes, and water chemistry. Occasionally, Oklahoma's rivers display dramatic changes in water color, turning deep red as iron-rich sediments are suddenly swept into their courses. Investigations have shown these episodes correlate with shifts in groundwater flow or the disturbance of old river channels, natural processes that release oxidized sediments. Though, crucially, the water has been found to meet safety standards. Such phenomena serve as visible reminders of the ongoing interplay between deep geological heritage and present-day environmental dynamics in Oklahoma's waterways. A living laboratory, Oklahoma's enduring enigma, each year unlocks new puzzles within Oklahoma's quietly complex world, from the restless movements of its forests to the slow reshaping of its rivers and lakes, the bones of travelers from ancient continents, and the ash beds that chronicle cycles of catastrophe and rebirth. This land remains a living testament to Earth's extraordinary capacity for transformation and renewal. There is much still hidden, buried beneath layers of stone, water, and time, waiting for new explorers and scientists to uncover further wonders. As we continue to catalog the sign, mapping fault lines, cataloging rare fossils, and tracing forgotten riverbeds, one truth is clear: Oklahoma's story is one of ongoing revelation, resilience, and unexpected beauty. What do you find most astonishing about Oklahoma's hidden world? The mighty forces of its geological past, the legacy of its ancient cultures, or the secrets quietly pulsing in its forests? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join us for our next exploration into another region's enigmatic history. The marvels and challenges of our planet await discovery just beyond the horizon. Subscribe and stay tuned for the ongoing adventure. Oklahoma's journey of revelation continue, and the possibilities are as infinite as the land itself.